Carrie Herman with LoveWhereYouLive.com. I'm a broker associate with Cooper Sotheby's International Realty in San Antonio, Texas. And today, since it's August in Texas, I wanted to visit with you a little bit about how you can get your house to be more energy efficient. So for your air conditioning unit, I've got a couple tips. One, I always have my air conditioner serviced once a year. I usually get the dual package so that the air conditioning guy will come out and check it in the early spring before I really start using it, and then they'll come back in the early fall before I start using my heater, and they check both of those units to make sure that they're performing well. They blow out the lines, they spray down the evaporator coils, so that way I know that my air conditioner is, one, not going to go out in the month of August, which would be awful, and second, that it's running as efficiently as it possibly can. Now, another tip that I have about your current air conditioner is that changing the filters often is pretty important. And I know that my air conditioning guy, he says it's not always wise to get the 3-month or longer vents because the harder that the unit has to pull through that vent, the harder that unit's working. So he said get a good one, but you're gonna wanna change it out once a month, especially if you've got pets. The second thing is to make sure that where you are getting direct sun is either shaded or that you're taking extra steps to make sure that you're combating that heat. Because anybody knows when you walk on a black driveway or black top in Texas and it's getting that heat, it is absorbing heat. So for those of you that are looking to replace your roofs because of the recent hail damage, I think that picking a lighter colored roof would be important because lighter clothes reflect heat, and whereas darker absorbs the heat. So that may be one thing that you can look into. Another one that is really popular and people are saying they've had the best results with is getting radiant barrier installed under your roof. And so that's where they go into the attic and they install it in there. And I think that's what's been having the most success. A lot of times people think that insulation is successful, and in some ways it is, but not all insulation is going to give you the best return. So you're going to want to make sure that you focus on the roof and getting radiant barrier or additional insulation there, and also on the west side of the house because that side of the house gets hit pretty hard. You also want to make sure that your attic has good ventilation. That means that the air can escape, that hot air up there can escape the attic, and your air conditioning right below it isn't working hard to combat that heat that's coming through from the attic. The other thing that I'd like to talk to you is about your air ducts and making sure that those are sealed. So when you do have your air conditioning guy come out to service your air conditioning and heater, that's one of the things that they can easily check for, and I think that's pretty important to do. The other thing with older homes is that windows and doors are also a huge area for air seepage. And so if you can go around and try to figure out where you might be losing air, I think that would be very helpful. You can caulk windows. I would not suggest painting them shut. And then some people have gone so far as to replacing windows, and I think that's a wonderful idea. But I do want to caution you that you don't always get every dollar back, because while buyers appreciate having energy efficient details and improvements to a home, it's not necessarily something that increases the value of the home. So do keep that in mind. Also, when you're looking at replacing windows, be careful that you're not replacing it with a cheaper product. Sometimes we see the cost of those windows and we think, oh, maybe I can get away with this metal window, when before my house had wood windows. And so I would suggest that you very carefully pick your windows, because I think those are kind of the eyes of the house, and changing those to something that kind of rocks the boat may not be worth it, especially with the price tag that they have on them. So that's all that I have for you today. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and let me know. And as always, please keep me in mind if you know of anybody or you yourself would like to buy or sell a house in San Antonio, or really any area in the world. I can always help you find an agent wherever you are. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful remaining of your summer. Bye-bye.